Tune in to the Iceman Show. More bounce to the ounce, and I say what counts. Don't no one go home till the fat man gets it in. What's happening, chocolate people? Decided to do a live stream since it's still somewhat early. Feel like there's a few things that need to be said, and hopefully people will get the message. What up? What ain't seven? Yo, everybody, YouTube, this is $5 Tuesday. You know what's up. The links are posted above. You can either copy and paste the link that goes straight to PayPal or go to asktheiceman.com, scroll down to the donate button and go from there. Every donation is 100% tax deductible, and come 2019, print out the summary of your donations for all of 2018 and take that over to your tax professional, and that way you will get a tax deduction. So go ahead and make that happen. Otherwise, I don't know what to tell you. If you need further explanation, feel free to ask a question in the chat room, and then we'll go from there if you don't understand how that process works, because some people don't know how that process works. I wanted to do this live stream. I was looking at something online yesterday, and basically it was basically they were talking about the basis for why Black people do not support Black-owned businesses and why Black folks hate on other Blacks who they perceive to be doing better than them. We're going to get into that tonight, and I am going to hurt your feelings. Because if I do not hurt your feelings, you will not understand how important what I'm going to say to you is. You're not going to get it. And you're going to continue to live your life the way you do, holding yourself back. Because as I have said to my YouTube listeners over the past few months that I've been doing live streams, this show will not continue if you don't support me financially by way of donations. I don't need any money any other way. Okay? The reason why I do donations is for my time, but the money doesn't go to me. It goes to my nonprofit. And I get guys who come here on the YouTube side. Every time I do a live stream, I get these freeloaders who come along and think because they post jokes in the chat room, or they post pretty significant and prolific statements in the chat room, they think they don't have to donate, and that job is left to select other folks who come in the room donating. And I say to guys all the time, I used to have over 5,000 subscribers. Now I got less. I don't think it's 2,500, because I ran off all the freeloaders, and I'm going to continue to run off the freeloaders, because really all I need is about 500 subscribers. Because the rest of you niggas don't do nothing no way. You don't do shit anyway. And you think you're anonymous. But you have to understand something. Every time you come in the chat room and I see your username, I have ways of finding out who you are. So don't think you smart, Timmy Slimans. That's why that nigga disappeared, because I ran his ass off. Another freeload nigga. So I suggest you check out Facebook. I suggest you check out YouTube. I suggest you check out if you can't take this heat, because I'm about to give you this smoke. Because it's past time, it's past due that I need to start checking people. We're way past the time. One of the reasons, see my man Ty Cromwell, I ain't see 187 in Newbury apple cider. I ain't gotta tell Ty Cromwell. I ain't gotta tell him shit. Him, Triple T Kill, and some of the other cats. They got my back. The brown sausage. My man got my back. The rest of you niggas can kiss my ass. All you niggas that pop up every blue moon, you can go eat a dick. I don't need you, dog. You can unsub right now. I'll wait. See, this goes deeper than just self-hate. This goes deeper than self-hate. This is just, it's almost to the point where I hope you get hit by a Greyhound bus. That's how bad this self-hate shit is. Don't blame me or any other black man or woman who's handling their business for your failure. You have to understand, people, 99.9% of these people who are looking at me right now on Facebook, but mainly the YouTube side, 99.9% of these people are losers. 99.9% of you ain't shit. You ain't shit. When you get up in the morning, you don't do shit. And you spend the whole day being full of shit and trying to shit on black men and women who go out here every day trying to make something out of nothing. Okay? You make what I do extremely difficult, so I'm going to make it difficult for you. Because it's not the cats like the Brown Sausage and Ty Cromwell who are making it difficult. It's those of you people who are in the chat room right now who don't necessarily look, who are not necessarily online at the time that I do a live stream. You pop up out of nowhere. Now, I understand some of you lead busy lives, and that's the reason why why I don't see you that often. However, you know, by being a subscriber of mine for more than 4 or 5 years, you know how I get down. You know I don't care about your feelings. You know that. Which is why I ran off about 2,500 subscribers just by doing what I'm doing right now. Because most of you black men and women, you're bitch made. You're not just bitch made. It goes deeper than that. You are so insecure and lame. Like I got people who come around to my videos, and I know it's probably some white supremacists who are doing this, but I get these guys going around to all my videos, flagging my videos, and the only thing that YouTube does is put an age restriction on those videos, which if you set up a YouTube account and with an email address, you can always lie and say you're over 18. That's what everybody does anyway. YouTube ain't stupid. They're not gonna turn away eyeballs if they don't have to. You got women on YouTube showing their ass with thongs and Arab women. You get Arab women in the Middle East twerking and booty shaking in a look like a damn near closet with a hijab on. I mean, it's so much foolishness on YouTube. It's beyond compare. But it's beyond cowardice that I'm talking about. Most of you are beyond cowardice. I'm not talking to the folks I went to high school with and some of my family. I ain't talking to you. Okay? I'm talking to these people I don't know. Talking to the people I don't know. See, most black men, let me start with the brothers for a second. Well, you're not a brother if I'm talking to you right now. And this is excluding all of you cats who contribute on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, or on a per broadcast basis. I'm not talking to you. Not talking to Ty Cromwell, not talking to the Brown Sausage. I'm not talking to you guys. I'm talking to these fair weather, fake ass, cowardly black men. No, it ain't just Ray Rays and Pookies. I'm talking to college educated black men too, because a lot of them are cowards too. A lot of black men who wear that white collar every day to work, you're a coward. You're a coward. And let me explain why you're a coward. White men can come up in your house right now and rape your girlfriend or your wife if she's over there at your house. You won't do shit about it. They can drive down the street and snatch your child off the street. You won't do shit about it. And they do it all the time. Hell, they just did it down in Houston. The little black boy about 12, 13 years old walking down the street, and some white supremacists picked him up off the street right there in the middle of the hood, put him in a van and beat the shit out of him, and then left him disoriented. And the Houston Police Department talking about they don't know who did it. Well, the reason why they don't know who did it is because part of them were probably in on it. I got a movie suggestion for you guys. I just got through looking at a movie that I got from Netflix. Really good movie. It's got my frat brother Omari Hardwick in it. And it's called Shot Caller. And it's a very realistic look at the Aryan Brotherhood and how they operate. You should rent that movie. Very good movie. Very few movies have my attention from start to finish. This was definitely one of them. Because I'm going to tell you right now, movies with Netflix are hit and miss. More miss than hit. But I guarantee black men can't ride through a white neighborhood and snatch up a white kid and do the same thing. That's what makes you a coward. The second thing that makes black men cowards is most black men have a female mindset where they are jealous of other black men. This ain't just Ray Rays and Pookies. This is white collar black men and blue collar black men, as well as bum ass black men. That's one of the reasons I will Alpha Phi, my fraternity, Alpha Phi Alpha Incorporated, Fraternity Incorporated, will never get another dime of my money. Because when I needed bros to step up, guys they didn't come to my aid. And I've seen them no, I'm gonna get to them too. But be a woman being jealous, that's part of her cognitive functioning. That ain't part of a black man's functioning. And if you are jealous of another black man, you should check your drawers to see if you got a vagina. Because a lot of you guys have the nerve to try to count my money. Like that Timmy Diamonds. And y'all remember a couple weeks back, I even stopped the live stream and checked him. I said, hey man, you patting my pockets, nigga? You patting my pockets? Pat your own goddamn pockets. Next thing you know, that nigga disappeared. That's the mark of a coward. How you gonna be anonymous and you still disappear? I've seen guys when I was active in my fraternity, and I remember a guy fell off. He tried to start his own business and it didn't work out, and he fell off. And cats, and nobody reached in, nobody stood up in none of the chapter meetings and said, hey man, let's raise some money for Brother Venable. They just let that brother fall off. It was brothers from other graduate chapters who raised money for him. The chapter I was with, they didn't do shit. Them niggas didn't do shit. They let that brother fall off like that. Do you think, no, man, let me tell you something, man. Let me tell y'all something. Let me explain something to y'all. These people are going to wipe black folks off the earth. You guys think you see, a lot of you guys, especially on the Facebook side, a lot of you guys think I be making this shit up. A lot of black people, let me tell you something. A lot of black people think I be making some of this stuff up. Mainly because you don't do any fact checking on your own. I always say, Google the shit or fact check the shit I tell you on here. I told you about this black extermination guide that is posted right now on the internet. I told you about that damn thing. Y'all, a lot of people emailed me talking about, hey, Ice, I thought you was bullshitting. This FM 6-2003. It had to be written by military officers because the way the thing is set up, that's the kind of manuals we used to get in the Air Force. You have to understand these white. That's why I say you should look at this movie Shot Caller, because it shows how law enforcement, corrections, all these, and even Mexican mafia, all these guys are clicked in together against blacks. The Asians too. See, let me explain something to you. See, cats, street brothers from LA, street cats in LA that I know, they'll tell you in a minute that shit is going on out there in LA. The white gangs, the Mexican gangs, and the Asian gangs will team up against the blacks, especially in prison. Now, I know what you want. I know what you're going to say. Why are we even worrying about people in prison? Because some of these people going to end up getting out. And when they get out of prison, guess where they're going to be? In your neighborhood. So if they got done wrong by all those other races in prison, guess what they're going to do to your family when they get out? They're going to take it out on their own people. That's a known fact, which is why hating on other black people is a coping mechanism. It's a defense mechanism that you defer to because you too cowardly to get off your motherfucking ass and make something happen for yourself. So you want to sit around and talk that yin yang and sit around and try to put somebody else down while you sitting up there getting called nigger or treated like a nigger at your job every fucking day. But you too much of a coward to strike out on your own because you have the mind of a child in a man or woman's body. Fuck out of here. I'm working on my second book. And my first book, The Game of Life According to the Iceman, Volume 1, has sold pretty well with just on word of mouth. I haven't put any ads in anywhere. I haven't done shit. This one right here. This is my first book. You can either get this directly from me or you get it from Amazon. And if you think it's written, if you think it's some amateur shit, I challenge you. I challenge you to buy my book and see if an amateur wrote it. See the problem. So you have to understand something, people. Black folks look at other black folks through the prism of their own insecurity and their own self-hate. So to really be honest, psychologically, it's not that they hate me or they hate other black men and women. It's really, it's called the mirror image effect. There's in law, it's called the mirror image rule. And I'm not going to get into that because this ain't a law class. Go look that shit up. But there's something in mental health called the mirror image. And what we mean by mirror image, we're talking about you're seeing through your own twisted, illogical, pathological way. You're really saying, I hate me. But you take it out on me or another black person that you perceive to be doing more than you're doing or having the freedom you wish you had to move about the earth. Oh, we're going to get deep tonight because the foolishness I'm way past the foolishness. I'm not. See, people who've been listening to my show since 2010, they know I don't pull no punches. I don't pull no punches, dog. I ain't here to make no friends. I'm trying to educate people. And you think, and you got so many ignorant ass black men and women out here who say, "Oh, Iceman, these white folks ain't gonna get rid of us. They ain't trying to get rid of us. They're already doing it." What do you call having 700? Let me think. Let me see. What do you call having over 1 million black men either in prison, on probation, or on parole, or in ex-convict status? What do you call that? Huh? It's actually more than 1 million. Because a lot of you single moms keep feeding the prison system with your sons. You send your sons out here ill-prepared to operate behind enemy lines in a white supremacist society. You send them out there with very little skills, and all these guys know how to do is bullshit, shuck, and jive. And if they're not able to dunk a basketball or hit that little white ball over a fence, over a 400-foot fence, or run for a touchdown and get their brains beat out on some football field, the rest of them end up in prison. What else are they going to do? They ain't got no education. They ain't got no high school. Even a high school diploma ain't going to get you shit today. Hell, there's guys out there on the street hustling, making more than what you make working every damn day. So why they gonna sit up here and go to class? I wouldn't. Yeah, I am talking greasy, Timmy Diamonds. What you gonna do about it? You come find me, dog. I'll talk greasy to your face. I think what's greasy is how you don't contribute shit. That's what's real greasy. You talking to a grown-ass man right here. I'll tell you to your face. Everybody expects, and see, you have to understand something. When you give people a K through 12 education, I talk about this in my first book, The Game of Life According to the Iceman, Volume 1. I talk about how K through 12 education is useless to black men and women. I talk about that in here. Why? Because I used to be a teacher. And I saw the garbage. I had the garbage curriculum that I had to teach. So as soon as nobody was looking, I would teach those kids about astronomy. We talk about life skills. I talk about life skills. I used to do all kind of stuff. And you know what? My kids appreciate it. Even the Latino kids appreciated it. They appreciated it. Why? Because, hey, you know what, Timmy? You know what, Timmy Diamonds? First of all, I know that ain't your fucking name. And secondly, I ain't bugging, nigga. No, you just mad because I'm calling your ass out. You freeloading ass nigga. You ain't seen me bug out, homie. You might want to watch your mouth. You might want to watch your mouth, dog. So as you can see, this goes deeper than just cowardice and jealousy. See, the reason why I know black men and women are full of shit when it comes to their money, because there was a time when I was on a fixed income, and the money that I had, if you saw how much money I had coming in, you would have been like, damn, nigga, you were living on that? But I didn't have no choice. There was times I didn't have enough money to wash my clothes in the washing machine. I had to wash my clothes by hand just to save money. I ain't embarrassed to tell nobody that, because I knew I knew my purpose and I knew my worth. And I wasn't going to let at that time, my present circumstances impede upon me getting where I am right now. You see what I'm saying? I wasn't going to let that happen. Apple cider, you must be thieving. You must be stealing. You sound like, man, you know what? Black men that be bootlegging shit or going on torrent or whatever that is, stealing shit. I feel sorry for you, man. I really do. I don't have no problem paying for stuff. I remember one time I did a video on bootlegging, and I had all these little ghetto nigga nerds talking about, Ice, what's wrong with bootleg? What's wrong with bootlegging? And I said, do you realize what kind of gutter nigga you sound like stealing shit? I mean, man, when you go to places like LA, New York, Atlanta, you can be at the Kroger's or at Walmart. You could be getting ready to go in the store. Here's some old dusty nigga pulling some fucking CDs or DVDs that look like he burnt the shit on one of them DVD or CD burners. Talking about, hey man, I got the latest movies, man. Hey, you know what, dog? You ain't got to worry about me, homie. I don't need you to cut me anything. You know I'm telling the truth. I'm tired of freeloaders. Not because I need the money, but because what you do is not fair to these cats that come in the room donating. That's why I'm putting you on blast. Because you think you slick. You come in the room, hey man, let me tell a couple of jokes, and let me tell a couple of jokes. Nigga, I know who you are. Through process of elimination. So I know if I can live on a fixed income and still have money to, exactly, Mr. McMillan. Niggas, some of these niggas think because they come in the chat room telling jokes, they don't think they gotta pull their weight. The donating isn't actually, it's not just fundraising. Most of it is, my background is mental health. See, here's how you test black men and women. But we talking about black men right now. If you ever listen to black men talk, even black men my age in their 50s, at a barbecue or at the family reunion, you know you dealing with jive-ass children. Because the Timmy Diamonds are the old niggas that come to the barbecue, sit down, eat all the food, drink up all the liquor, and they don't even have enough respect to take the paper plate and throw it in the trash. They expect somebody else to pick up after them. Watch these people. See, when I go to stuff with family, I watch them. And I also watch the people they come in the door with. See, I don't get fooled easy. I don't get fooled. They be the main ones he-heing and kikiing and showing and showing their teeth to everybody. But when somebody said, "Oh, we ran out of wine," can somebody run to the store and get a box of wine or a cup, 2 or 3 bottles of wine? This will be the nigga that sit there, won't even move. But every 5 minutes, he getting up, fixing himself a drink. See, it tells me a lot about guys who don't donate. Because it ain't, black, that's why when I listen to black folks and I hear these ignorant niggas sitting around at the barbecue talking about the white man won't let them have nothing, or black folks got to stick together, you know, all this cliche dumb shit. Go fuck yourself, nigga. Bye, nigga. Let me go ahead and block this nigga. I'll be blocking you from my channel, you bitch nigga. You see how he act? Everybody on the YouTube side. You see that nigga? You see how his little vagina got moist and too hot, so he had to bounce. He probably didn't even bounce. He just go sit back and not say nothing in the chat room. See, I done got to his ass. Because he's one of them bitch niggas. He's one of them bum niggas that's at the barbecue not contributing while everybody else is at least, even if they don't get up and buy more wine or more liquor, they'll say, hey, Annie, hey, let me help you with them dishes. Let me wash them dishes for you. Let me knock them dishes out, Annie. Let me go ahead and get a trash bag and pick up all these paper plates, Annie. Hey, Unc, let me take care of that. Let me clean that grill for you. Oh, no, nephew, you ain't got to do. No, I don't eat for free. See, I wasn't raised like that. I wasn't raised like that to be no freeloader. That's why I never got into living off of women. Even when I really needed help, I still just starved until I could do better. And I've had women tell me, Ice, how can you just let me know you were hurting? I said, because that ain't what men do. I ain't going to ask no woman for no help. So you can turn around as soon as you get mad and call me all kind of bums and I'm a leech and this and that. I don't want to hear it. So rather than ask you for help, I'd rather just go my own way until I can do better. See, that's what men do. Man, fuck that nigga. He probably one of them niggas that been flagging my videos anyway. I could care less, dude. I'm still gonna, hey, the Iceman still gonna do what he do, gonna make it do what it do. You digs? Let me tell you something. Timmy Diamonds ain't and some of the other cats, they ain't the first obstacles I've dealt with. Really, them niggas ain't even obstacles. They ain't even obstacles. They non-motherfucking factors is what they really are. See, freeload, see, black people, if you are a contributor, you should only surround yourself with black men and women who contribute. That's how you start building your army of empowerment. You got to get rid of the Timmy Diamonds and all these other freeload Negroes who all they want to do is suck off of us. You guys get up and go to work every day, or if nothing else, you run your own business, or you're retired, or you're semi-retired, or you're a disabled vet. But whatever the case may be, that money comes out your ass every week or every bi-week or every month or every year. While these niggas are sitting around sucking off of us. That's why I don't date women who don't contribute. And I ain't talking about sex. I can get sex anywhere. Are you contributing emotionally and mentally? That's all I'm asking you to bring to the table, lady. You ain't got to bring nothing else. Because I'm going to get the sex anyway. I ain't going to beg you for that. And I shouldn't have to. But when you don't bring anything to the table, you got to go. Dog, I ain't talking behind your back. You come see me, nigga, anytime. You come see me anytime, homie. Anytime. Anytime you want to put them big boy draws on, you come see the Iceman. I guarantee I'll tighten your ass up. Come see me. I don't need 10,000. I don't need 50,000 weak ass clout chasing Negroes following me on my channel. Okay? I don't need you. I don't need you. We out here, let me tell you something. You got black men and women out here losing their lives every week in this country, and you got all these freeload niggas sitting around trying to get a check, trying to get a free payday some kind of way. He said you made that nigga cry. Oh, he ain't crying. We have to stop. Look, let me explain something to you. I donate my own money. I'm talking about my money, the money I make, not donation money. I donate my money to causes. Did you guys? No, I ain't gonna talk about that on this broadcast, or maybe I'll wait till the end of the show to talk about it, because there was something that really disturbed me that I heard on somebody's show earlier this week, and I'm gonna tell you right now, man, black men, we gotta stop playing. We got too many black men out here bullshitting. And a lot, see, you have to understand, this is why I'm talking to the white collar guys too. See, you got a lot of white collar black men that think they better than street guys. They think they better than you, or blue collar guys. Oh man, I went to college. Hey man, I went to so-and-so university. I went here. Especially, that's when I'll be around my frat brothers. They all, hey man, I went and got my MBA from LSU. I did this, I did that. I just be sitting there not saying shit. Because I'm like this, I'm not here to brag. And then when they finally get around to me and they say, well, where'd you go to school? What's your background? And I tell them I got 2 master's degrees. They shut the fuck up. They shut the fuck up. They keep their mouth closed. Let me tell you something. This is how you show how silly black men are. You can get a group of black men together my age and get a group of Caucasian males together my age. And the conversation between these 2 groups of men will be starkly different. Let me explain what I'm talking. Let me give you an example. I've been around when I had a white collar job. I've been in corporate America. I'm always the only black man. I'm always the only black man. Black man in a sea of Caucasian people. I'm the only black man. And I hold my own. I don't buck dance and I don't coon. And if I don't have nothing to say, I sit there like everybody else with my drink when I used to drink on a regular basis. I sit there with my drink and okay, yeah, all right, man, and nod and okay, oh, yeah, for real? Oh, yeah, for real? No shit? Okay? Until there's something I want to say. It's a state pen. Hey, y'all silly, man. You'll see if you listen to the group of black men, they'll be talking about ass. Middle-aged black men sitting around talking about ass. Switch to the group of middle-aged, comparable age Caucasian males and listen to their conversation. Be the fly on the wall with their group. They're talking about investments. They're talking about retirement. They're talking about who's your broker, who's your attorney. Where you play golf. I'm thinking about starting another business on the side. As you can see, the conversation between both of these groups are markedly different. The reason why black men take an L on a minute by minute basis is because what's flowing around up here is a bunch of nothing. How many of you guys have listened to the TBA's channel? And there been old niggas, 60 and 70-year-old old niggas calling in, sound like children. And it's embarrassing, man. No wonder these young brothers are lost. Too many. You have to understand that a lot of these cats like Timmy Diamonds, these guys, they kids are lost. Daddy got jokes, but he ain't got nothing else. If you want to see failure, look at some of these old niggas' kids. If your kid is a failure in life, where they're just a cashier at Home Depot, but yet they got a good education and should have did more with their lives, that's your fault. Exactly. Jokes and no diaper money. Nigga, that ain't even your real name, nigga. Fuck out of here. Why you even still in here, nigga? Huh? Nigga talking about keep my name out of your mouth. Nigga, that ain't even your real name. Scooby-Doo looking nigga. But you sit around and listen to these old niggas talking, and they ain't got nothing to say. All they talking about is trying to get some ass. That's why a lot of times I don't show up to family functions. Like this past summer, my aunt had a 75th birthday party, and her daughter called me and was like, I want to invite you to my mom's birthday party. And there was a period of time when I actually wanted to go. I actually had planned on going. But then I was like, damn, I'm way on the other side of the country. I ain't driving no 1,800 miles. And I ain't flying 1,800 miles to that little ass airport in that town. Like, man, I ain't finna do that. And then too, you know, man, there's some, you know, some funny business with my cousin. My cousin be doing some greasy shit. She talks greasy. Just talking greasy. Talk being disrespectful, always popping off in black men's faces. I don't like women like that. She has no respect for black men. And when I was doing a live stream here on the show, and you know, I had another cousin, my cousin in Minnesota, he texted me, he said, hey man, are you here? He said, are you going? I said, at the time I was thinking about still going. But then I was like, man, I ain't finna spend $1,000 flying down there for that shit. Hell no. My aunt don't do nothing for me. And sometimes she's hella disrespectful too. I'm not going to waste no hard-earned money. I done sat up there and came out my ass. I ain't finna spend my money on your ass. Better get on out of here with that. I ain't spending no money on you. Then she gonna sit up here. Cuz, how can you didn't come to my mama's birthday party? Man, my cousin from Minnesota posted a live video from the I guess they had a dance. Man, it looked like it was about 7 or 8 niggas there. I'm so glad I wasn't gonna go anyway, but I was so glad I didn't go. Nobody showed up. Yeah, I did. I forgot about that show I did. The Iceman ain't giving you shit. Oh, back then I was off the chain. Y'all niggas think I'm crazy now. Oh, back then I was really off the chain. Iceman ain't giving you shit. I forgot about that video. Nigga, that shit, nigga, y'all bringing back memories now. Somebody had mentioned a video I did like shit, probably like 7 years ago. I was like, and I was sitting there, I was like, Ice, you don't remember that? I said, God damn, let me think. I said, yeah, I remember that shit. Some of those videos I didn't put them to disk. So some of them are lost. You know, after they, you know, flag my channel, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, if you listen to old black men, the only time you hear black men my age talking like they got some sense is with sellout Lester Holt type black men. Have you ever noticed that? You know that uncle that's married to a white woman and he only come around and tell everybody how much money he got and how much money he done made. You know, everybody got that uncle or that older cousin. And he talk like his ass is real tight. You know who I'm talking about. Sound just like Lester Holt's ass. And then he come bringing his cockasoid around everybody with her face. Okay? With her phony ass. Those are the only type of black men who talk some sense. The rest of them just be up there talking stupid. How you gonna be a 50, 60, 70-year-old old black man and you talking ignorant? You talking ignorant around young black men who really need to be gamed up. That's why so many of these young brothers out here with felonies on their records. Because daddy didn't give them no real game. Then you're going to sit somewhere and insult your kid. I had a cousin one time sit there and insult his son. And I'm sitting there like, how you going to be checking him? Nigga, look at you. You living off your woman. How you going to tell him what he ain't doing? If it wasn't for your woman, you'd be on the street. I'm telling you, man, those baby boomers, my father's generation, they didn't do shit for us. They didn't do anything for us. They did absolutely nothing. That's why I say black people raise their children. Caucasian people groom their children. And that's why they're always 400 years ahead of you. Because the black man, he won't take his, he ain't got no job worth shit. And even if he does, he don't want his kids at work because he don't want to see how much ass licking his daddy got to do every day to keep that $80,000 a year job. So a lot of black men don't want their children at their job. Because it's quite possible that when you bring your son to work, you be like, hey, Dad, how come you got all these white men's nutsack on your forehead? Huh? How come all these white people's nutsacks are on your forehead? I remember I had a one uncle say, I ain't gonna help nobody get in this company. Y'all ain't gonna mess up my job. That's how black men, this is the type of shit black men say. I ain't even gonna help my own child get in my company. Well, the reason why your child is an idiot is because of you. Coon ass nigga. Now let me get on you black women. Black women have lower self-esteem than black men do. We all got collective low self-esteem, but black women's low self-esteem go way below the core of the earth. It's so low, we ain't even got a measurement device that can detect how low their self-esteem goes. And you know what makes me sick? How you sit up here and look at TV and they'll be like, you'll get these women are talking about, oh, I'm oppressed, especially Caucasian women. Oh, I'm oppressed. Oh, American women deal with such bullshit. Are you fucking serious? Ain't nobody lynching Caucasian women out here. Nobody's trying to keep resources out of the hands of Caucasian women. Caucasian women are not being locked up in jail and prison at an alarming rate the way they're doing black men. So how the fuck are you oppressed? Every night you get into bed with the Caucasian male that owns 80% of all the goddamn resources. So, bitch, how the fuck are you oppressed? Explain them shits to me. read what DJ B-Side 1965 said. He said the only thing over the hill white women are oppressed with is gravity. Man, you a fool. Okay. I remember one time I had a professor sit up there when I was getting my second master's degree. I was sitting in one of my graduate classes, and my professor said some old slick shit like that. Talking about, well, you know, women have to deal with so much, and we're oppressed. I looked at her, I said, how? How are you oppressed? Who's hanging you up on who's hanging you up by your fucking neck on a tree? Huh? At least 3 black men have been lynched in the last 8 months that I've heard of. 3, probably more than that. How many white churches have been burned? Huh? I'll wait. They love to talk that shit. And if you're not paying attention, you gonna fall for it. It's easy to fall for it because most of the time we're being lulled to sleep. Most of the time, black people are asleep. Caucasian women ain't never suffered the way black women have suffered in America or in the Western Hemisphere. And that's why whenever I'm around people, around these black men who are married or shacking up with Caucasian women, I just wait for their ass to say something so I can jump all over them. But a lot of them have enough sense not to say nothing greasy like that. They go along to get along because they know they shouldn't be there. They know they really don't have a seat at the table, which that's the way it ought to be. Go be over there with your people. Why you over here with us? For all I know, your ass could be an agent, which some of them are. But Lester Holt, he's so enamored with pink ass, he you know, he don't care. Long as he ain't got to be with a black woman. And how black women deal with their low self-esteem is a little different, somewhat different than black men. What black women do is they blow all their money. Black women think that if they can go buy Prada or Fendi or any of this other garbage, that they're on the same level with Caucasian women. Or when they go out here and get their hair colored all these ridiculous colors. That's okay when you're like 21, 22 years old. But when you get about 26, 27, 28 years old, you're supposed to be more mature than that. You look ridiculous with red hair. I remember one time I was interviewing people for jobs, and this white girl came in there with all these tattoos, looking ridiculous. I straight up said to her, I can't hire you. I said, I'm not even gonna waste my time interviewing you. I said, I don't want somebody look like you walking around here. That's you're unprofessional. I can't hire you. Even if I did hire you, HR wouldn't sign off on this. They're not going to sign off. As soon as they see you walking around here, they be like, nah, who hired this bitch? When I see these nasty ass, I mean, it drives me. Look, when I go to a restaurant and the server has a fucking cow thing in their nose, and then it's dripping snot, or the chick look like she got a substance abuse problem, you got tattoos all on your face, you got tattoos all on your neck, you got tattoos across your chest, and I'm saying to myself, who is hiring these fucking people? Look, let me tell you something. When I was that age, you couldn't have no tattoos on your arm unless you could cover that shit up. People that had all them tats on them or all on their neck, they never got jobs where they were gonna be in front of people like that. Now, if you were at the Ford Motor Company, yeah, you can look like that. But no, Starbucks wasn't hiring them kind of people. You even see police officers with all them damn tats looking like Nazis. I'm like, who was hiring these guys? I would never hire somebody with tattoos on their face or lip ring. Take that shit out when you at work. Show some goddamn class. Say no goddamn grunge bar. This is where you make your money. But see, Caucasians, they let their people slide at work like that. Now let your ass come in there with tats all over you. They be like, LaQuisha, I'm gonna have to send you home. Fuck out of here. Man, let me block this DJ bully beef. Let me get your ass up out of here. Hey, dude, you know what? When you're a classless idiot, you should be shamed. See the problem. So you got to understand, guys, when you get these little pussy ass guys or these females like that guy who you're body shaming me. See, that's a whine. That's a whiner approach. That's a whiner. What you gonna do about it? Because if I don't want to hire you, I'm not gonna hire you. And I'll sit there and purposely do a 2-hour interview and still not hire your ass just to piss you off. That's how you do them kind of people. This America, let me tell you something. Back when I was growing up, people had class. When people, even when they went to the grocery store, that women put on nice clothes. They may not have put on a dress, but when I was growing up, everybody, you did not leave out the house unless you were looking clean. That's just the way it was in the 60s and 70s. But see, you got so many single parents out here and so many people getting raised by bum ass single moms. Ain't nobody teaching nobody nothing. Ain't nobody teaching anybody respect. Respect starts with self. And you know what, man? These females that have all them tattoos, especially them Caucasian ones, when they get my age, that shit's gonna look so nasty. It's gonna look so nasty. You know, now when you see women my age and older, even if they got two or three tattoos that they can cover up, that shit don't look good. Just imagine somebody that's totally covered in tattoos. And you know what I find to be interesting is when you have these people who get all these tattoos, but then ain't got no money. Have you ever noticed that? They got $5,000 worth of tattoos on them, but yet they ain't got $5 in their pocket. So I have to ask, where are they getting the money to get all these tattoos? You can go to AskTheIceman.com. Tonight is $5. We're doing $5 donations. You can either go to the link or go to AskTheIceman.com. But black women go and blow all their money on clothes and shoes and purses. Did y'all see the keychain that Prada put out? Prada selling this keychain. They're selling this keychain that looks like a monkey. It looks like a human being, but it's supposed to be a monkey. And of course, after black folks start calling them out on it, of course they apologized. You know how they do. Oh, we're so terribly sorry. We didn't mean to be insensitive. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Just like H&M did early last year. Yes, you did. Of course you did. See how they do? Because you, in their mind, you have no punishment mechanism because they get black money. They get black money whether they respect us or not. And you got black women going to Prada stores, spending their retirement and or their children's inheritance and grandchildren's inheritance on that garbage. Just so they can say, ooh, girl, look at me. Look at my purse game. I got a $2,500 Prada purse. And if you try to sell it, you won't get 5 cents for it. Fuck out of here. Try to sell that shit back to Prada and see what happened. They be like, we don't want that. It's worse than driving off a car lot and the car loses 40% of its value. It's worse than that. It's like 70 or 80%. So why would you spend $2,500 on a goddamn purse or a pair of shoes? Just so you can be the envy of your friends. But that's what black folks live for. And then they wonder why they ain't, and then we turn around, we ain't got shit. You ain't got no retirement, you ain't got shit. Now you out here on online dating trying to find some fool to take care of your ass and die on his ass. That's why, man, I hate meeting. When, you know, somebody asked me one time, somebody on Facebook sent me a message talking about, you know, I saw your live stream on women weaponizing their vagina and monetizing their vaginas. The question I have for you is, how come you up here talking about younger women? So you prejudice against women your age? I said, no. I would rather be with somebody my age. The problem is women my age, A, bring too much baggage to the table. B, have too many kids by other men. C, are financially insolvent. I'm going to be covering all that stuff in the Dating Bible. I don't want some woman who has fucked her life up, fucked her money up, and now she gonna sit up here and die on my ass. You ain't gonna lay up in my house and die on me. Plus, a lot of these old broads talk too much shit. They don't know how to sit down and shut up. He said, how about that Rocky Marciano? Exactly. Shopping while they profile. The white salesperson be following their ass all through the damn store, and they'll still spend their money in there. See, you don't have to make a whole lot of money to save money. It might take you a little bit longer to save money, but the reason why black folks don't never have any money is because black folks blow their money on stupid shit and that don't mean anything. Black folks are into getting cheap thrills. And when that shit doesn't work, out for them, then they blame somebody else. I've met women who have said to me, yeah, you know, I messed up. I didn't save a whole lot of money for retirement, and I'm really looking to get married. I'm like, bitch, I'm not getting married anyway, but for you to sit here and think, to be that dumb to tell somebody that, ain't nobody about to wife your old ass up. The older you get, the less likely you're going to get married. And if you've never been married before, or you've been married at least once already, there's a high likelihood you will never, ever get married. Just because, and let me tell you something, just because somebody is married don't mean they're a good woman. Because a lot of guys will take a old slut just so they don't have a cold bed. You hear me? Some guys are just weak like that. They just got to have a broad in the house, even if it's somebody who ain't doing nothing but spending off all their money. They'll still go get some old big mouth troublemaking female. Some guys are just stupid like that. But black women go and blow their money on bullshit. And then have the nerve to be walking through the mall acting like they fly. No, you ain't fly. You stupid. Because when it come time to, because see, a lot of times, a lot of these, don't let these black women fool you, brothers. A lot of these black women be getting downsized in these corporations. A lot of these black women be getting laid off, and they got all that debt. They got all them credit cards they done ran up. Now they gonna get on Match.com talking about I'm looking for a husband. I remember one time I met this sorry ass black woman in Houston. One of the last couple of times I went to Houston, man, this broad, man, she had a brand new house in Katy, which is about 20 miles from Houston. And she was like, well, I want to get married again and all this kind of shit. I said, why? I said, it sounds to me like you only want to get married for show. You don't want to get married because you want to be in a loving relationship. You just want to be married so that you ain't a single mom. I said, you can kiss my ass. I ain't looking to marry nobody. She thought, I mean, you have to understand something, man. Some women only want to get married for appearance sake. They don't want to get married to be in a loving relationship. That's why when you see your uncle or you see one of your cousins, they married and they miserable and you single and they like, man, I wish I was single, man. All this bitch do is talk shit and spend my money. I ain't got to deal with that no more. Well, my ex wasn't spending my money anyway. All right, come on, guys. We only got two guys that donate. Come on, man. Oh, do we have more Timmy Diamonds in the room? Come on, man. $5. Let's do this. Hey, man, nigga, get out. Nigga, get off my damn channel. Get your mark ass out of here. Told you that nigga was still in the room. So really, people that hate other black men and women, they're really projecting their own hate, their self-hate on you. That's really what they're doing. So while they're saying, hey, you know, fuck that guy or fuck her, I ain't supporting her or him, what they really saying is fuck me. That's what they're really saying. Just like when you date a woman who didn't know her daddy or she had a bad experience with her daddy, and she's got daddy issues or she never met her daddy. The reason why she's shitting on you is because she really wants to shit on her daddy, but her daddy didn't give a fuck. So her daddy didn't give a fuck. So being her daddy didn't give a fuck, she can't go and shit on him. So who gets shitted on? You and I, when we get with these women. You see how that shit works? She's projecting her hate for her daddy on you. You ain't got nothing to do with that shit. That's why I tell guys all the time, if most 99% of the women out here ain't nothing but a bunch of bitter, broken broads. I would rather be at home in peace, have a home that's quiet and peaceful, than to have a female in my life who ain't doing nothing but keep shit going. You see where I'm going with this, y'all? See, a man is built the way men are wired. Men are wired men are built to be an island. Men are built that we don't have to have a bunch of friends. See, women, everything is predicated upon pleasing other people. Men don't think, real men don't think like that. Real men can go 6 months without dealing with nobody. So a man has to be mentally tough, whereas women don't. This is why women ain't got no business being in a position of leadership, because women only care about their feelings. They don't care about nobody else's feelings. Men have to think about themselves, but they also got to think about everybody else financially and physically. Whereas women just care about themselves. All they care about is pleasing each other. Which is why the black community is in the shitter. That's why black neighborhoods look the way they do, because women are in charge. Those of you who have donated tonight, thank you. I appreciate it. I really do. Women don't care about how all of us end up at the end of the day. That's not how women think. Most women don't even care about their own children. Because when you care about your child, you want them to, in the long term, you want them prepared for the long term. Instead of teaching your child to be, even if it's a male child, you teaching your child that it's always about their fucking feelings. And then when they go out here in the real world, they end up choosing jobs and careers that, how can I characterize this? They pick careers that are easy. Like they'll go take a job at working at Chuck E. Cheese, or working at Home Depot or Lowe's, making nothing, and then sit around talking shit. This job don't pay now. Well, bitch, quit. Take your monkey ass to school. Go learn a trade, bitch. I want to hear you complain about that, how your job don't pay shit. Or your job does pay, you know, they might pay your ass $15 an hour, but you only get 20 hours a week for hours. I'm listening to Joe Madison's show the other day, and I like Joe Madison. But some of the shit he be saying on there, I be like, bruh, you might want to slow your roll. There's talking about a minimum wage. And Joe Madison was saying, well, you know, they need to pay these people more. Yeah, they'll go ahead and say, okay, we'll give you a minimum wage of $15 an hour. But instead of giving you 30 hours a week, we only gonna give you 15. That's what they're gonna do to you. Yeah, you're making $15 an hour, but they only gonna give you 20 hours a week. Remember all them fast food workers was talking all that shit in New York, in New York City. Remember that shit? All over the country, they marching and all this shit. And a lot of those fast food companies say, okay, we'll pay you $12 an hour. We'll pay you $13 an hour. But instead of you getting 35 hours a week, we only gonna give you 15. Then they was complaining about that. See, when you sit up there and fun fuck all the way through high school and get pregnant, or you get somebody pregnant and you don't want to get educated, you don't want to learn how to become an HVAC technician, or you don't want to go to the military, what's left for you? Hustling, going in and out of prison, or being on welfare. That's the only choices you got. And while you and I were doing enough to get through high school, and these guys were smoking cigarettes. These were the kids who were out there in the playground, out there between periods, smoking cigarettes, smoking weed, doing all the things that stupid people do. And when all of us graduated from high school, those men and those women ended up in low paying jobs. That's what happens when you don't have the financial resources to make a baby. Your children suffer. See, black women don't want to talk about that. He said, got a BS degree from lip smacking from the University of Phoenix. University of Phoenix been losing a lot of money last few years, giving people them bullshit degrees. If you go to the University of Phoenix campus, all you see is black women. All you see is a gang of black women. I used to go over there to the University of Phoenix campus in Phoenix when I lived in Phoenix. And it ain't a lot of black people in Phoenix. Phoenix is probably 15, 20% black. Man, half the students over there were black women. Yeah, exactly, in spandex. You know, let me tell you something. A degree in psychology ain't going to get you a good job. It's not. Anybody can get a psychology degree. If you ain't planning on getting a master's and a PhD in psychology, you're wasting your time. Shit, if you white, you ain't even got to have a degree. Hell, if you white, you ain't even got to have a high school diploma. I have preached on this show for years about getting a trade, and brothers still ignore my ass. I'm like, dude, do you know how many heavy equipment jobs are sitting unfilled right now? Do you know how many truck driver jobs are sit unfilled right now? You got so many black people who don't want to work. They just don't want to work. I'd rather be on welfare, girl. Shit. At least all my bills paid. And every year, every time Jordan put out a new pair of Jordans, here all these niggas killing themselves to go get some goddamn Jordan. Y'all see that video? All them bum ass niggas going to them stores buying Jordans. Half them niggas ain't even got jobs. Just silly. And white people sit. Let me tell you something. I don't care what white people think of me, but still, I know Caucasian people will sit there. Look at these niggas. Look at them dumb niggas. Look at them niggas. They don't care about nothing. They'll go starve to go get a pair of Jordans. Fuck out of here. We got to stop being silly, man. Black people are too silly at a time when these folks are looking to wipe us off the face of the earth. How much proof do you need that they're trying to wipe us out? They're using every means necessary. They're weaponizing every form, every facet of this society. They're using education to weaponize to get rid of you. They're using the prison system to get rid of you. They're using black women to get rid of black men and women. Black women are the #1 abortion getters in this country. Black women are the #1 new HIV cases in this country. And yet you got black women sitting around talking about the reason why black women are getting HIVs because of down low black men. No. You're getting HIV and herpes and everything else because you don't require condom use. How do I know? Because almost every black woman I have been with, I was the one that initiated condom use, not them. That's why I tell cats all the time, hey, I don't raw dog no more. I don't do that shit no more, man. That shit is risky. You can't look at somebody and say, is he HIV positive? Is she HIV positive? You can't look at nobody and get a definitive answer whether or not that person's got HIV. Look, let me tell you something. A person with HIV can be muscular and in shape. I was looking at something that was on Showtime called Porndemic. And it was talking about the AIDS scare, the HIV AIDS scare back in the early 2000s. And it was one Caucasian male performer who infected hundreds of women in porn. And it was this, but there was a brother too that was doing it. But he took himself off the set. He took himself off the set once he found out he was HIV positive. He didn't infect a whole bunch of women like that. That Caucasian dude didn't care. And they talked to all these Caucasian women who got infected by him. And you could tell they were still hurting, man. After 15, 20 years of living with HIV, they were still in emotional turmoil. Because them drugs ain't no joke. Let me tell you something about them HIV, them retrovirus drugs. Most of them give you diarrhea, major diarrhea. That's why a lot of times people who are HIV positive, they can't work. They on disability. Like old nasty ass Charlie Sheen. He out here hitting it raw with all these women. Nasty, man. There's some nasty people out here, man. Americans, we the most nastiest, dirty vagina, dirty dick niggas out here. I'm talking about all of us, not just black people. I tell all of y'all, men and women, make sure if you're a man, I don't care what that woman looks like, because some women do look good enough not to wear anything. I don't care. Fight the urge not to do that. Go get you some Trojans. I don't fuck with nothing but Trojans. You can go get that off-brand shit if you want to. You can go ahead and play Russian roulette with your dick in your life. Go ahead. And you ladies, I know women who will whip out condoms on your ass, especially Caucasian women. They'd be like, hold up. Okay? They will whip out them condoms on your ass. I'll be like, oh, I don't use Lifestyles. I use Trojans. Oh, you have your own? Because I'll be like, well, wait a minute, did the niggas you fuck with don't be having no condoms? Oh, hell no. Exactly. Yeah, let me read what Brown Sausage wrote. That's why them guys on Sentinel Island have to kill visitors. Exactly. Because they are disease-free. Let me explain something to you. What a lot of people don't know about this. Black people and all the other melanated people around the world didn't have diseases until the nasty-ass Europeans, until they had contact with the nasty-ass Europeans. Did y'all know that? We didn't get, and even today, 75% of diseases that Black people get are lifestyle related. And what I mean by lifestyle, that means like not eating right, eating the wrong kinds of foods, eating the wrong time of day. I listen to Reverend Al every now and then. And Reverend Al's like, look, I weigh 135 pounds. He said, I know people be like, looking at me like, he said, I get up at 4:30 in the morning. I'm on the treadmill. He's like, I don't eat any sugar. And all I eat is raw food. He said, I don't even eat chicken no more. He said, here, let me whip this out. Telling y'all, man, these food producers have no problem killing you with their food. They have no problem. I have had to scale back my food because a lot of that stuff I can't eat. I can't eat a lot of that shit they got out today. Hey, they go ahead and mess with them crazy motherfuckers. They ain't crazy. They smart. They want no contact with anybody. They're happy. And you know what? You know what? I've seen pictures of even like little ass kids with their bow and arrows out there shooting. See, that's gangster. See, when you see that, that means the men are taking care of business. The problem with black men like to lick nuts. Black men like to kiss ass and lick nuts instead of building their own shit. I remember a brother called in on Joe Madison's show and said, Joe, here's what I'm going to say about all this shit you talking about. If we built our own shit, we ain't got to worry about what Hunky McGee do. We ain't got to worry about discrimination and racism when you build your own shit. He was like, yeah, you got a point there. But what do black people do? Black folks always trying to go and kiss ass and lick nuts. And then when we get disrespected, here we going back to the black neighborhood with our tails between our legs. Like I remember one time I was at something and somebody was complaining about how they was harassing them at the white folks was harassing them at the job. And you know what I finally said, because I got sick of hearing it. I said, you know what? If you go start your own business, you ain't got to worry about that. That motherfucker, shut up. You go start your own shit. You ain't got to sit around and hear nigger jokes. You ain't got to hear about nobody talking about black women's hair because you got your own shit and everybody at your company look like you. But you got black folks will get mad at me and then still get up tomorrow morning and go to their bullshit job and get harassed. Whatever you could, hey brother, if you could donate $5, you know, usually what I try to do is raise $100 every time we do this live stream. But all I'm asking for minimum is $5. That's it. $5. What is that? A pack of smokes? Hey, where's my smokes? Where's my smokes? Give me my beer, bitch. Give me my past blue ribbon, bitch. Where's my smokes? You now got to talk about the meth head white folks. Where's my smokes? I've dated white girls that had relatives like that, dude. Where y'all think I be getting all these jokes from? From real fucking people. And you talking about trying to keep from laughing. I done messed with trailer park white girls. I done messed with them. I don't mess with them no more. I don't mess with them no more. But back in the day, man, you know, hey, you cut. Hey, if you offer it, if you look good, hey, some of them white girls look good. And if they got their ass in the air, what am I supposed to do? Pass an ass in the air? Okay. Back then, if they look good, I was cutting. I don't do that no more because I don't do risky shit. At some point, you got to stop thinking like a plantation buck and stop thinking like a grown-ass man. That's why I be trying to, why you think I'll be talking to y'all about this stuff? You have to understand something. The reason why black men don't see anything wrong with doing some of the things that they do is because they don't never hear other black men say anything to them about it. It's just like with black women. Black women refuse to put each other in check because black women are so insecure, they don't want to lose friends. Black men are insecure too. And a lot of black men are more concerned about being popular than they are being leaders. And that's why black neighborhoods are matriarchal instead of patriarchal. Everybody else's community, everybody else lives in communities. Latinos live in communities, Asians live in communities, Caucasian people live in communities. All patriarchal. No, you look, you can listen to these white women sit up and talk that feminism shit if you want to. You go back to their communities, it's patriarchal. And it will always be patriarchal because Caucasian males ain't stupid enough to allow women to run shit because they know the nature of their women. They know if they let their women be in control, they will cease to exist. Because not only are these Caucasian women going to fuck up everything, they're going to be out here fucking anything. They're going to be out here fucking mainly black men, but also Asian and Latino men. And that's something Caucasian males ain't going to have. Unlike black men. Black men just don't give a fuck. Let the women run it, they say. Ain't no woman going to run my household. If I'm paying the cost to be the boss, well, God damn it, the only swinging dick in this house gonna be mine. See, the problem with black women the last 30 years, they done got so used to simps, weak ass simps and Captain Save-A-Holes and tricks that if you don't act like that, they don't want to fuck with you. See, black women will step to me and be like, you know, you decent looking guy, you cute, you handsome, this, that, and the third. But then as soon as I open my mouth, they be like, Like I get women on Facebook who will go and look at my page and be like, "Ooh, you good looking guy. Oh, you got all these accomplishments." But then they like, well, you seem like you know, you all business. I say I ain't all business, but no, I ain't no sucker ass nigga. If that's what you getting at, you ain't gonna come over here and run anything. You're not gonna come over here and I'm just gonna hand you my wallet. Here you go, baby. Just to get access to some old funky crotch. I ain't never been that dude. I got siblings who act like that though. I got one of my brothers. I ain't even gonna call him an older brother. He only barely 2 years older than me. This sorry ass nigga, he goes out here and take bitches on cruises, and he ain't even got the draws. And then the bitch don't even want to be in the room with him. He gonna call my cousin and used to talk about, hey man, this woman wouldn't even be in the room the whole time. If I'm in the room, she'll leave. He gonna call my cousin and let a white woman slap him. Okay? So you got two bitch niggas on the phone talking to each other. I have no respect for that fool. But he's only doing what he saw my father do. My father's a simp. My father's a certified simp in Captain Save-A-Hole. So he's only doing what he saw. That's why I tell guys, yes, you do need resources to attract women. But having resources, but you a weak ass beta male, simp, or trick, you're negating your resources. Like I told y'all, my father had his wife in a damn near $1 million house, 3-car garage, 3,500 square foot house. And he couldn't handle his wife. His wife was sleeping in the other room. She wouldn't even give his ass none. That's what happens when you're weak. When you're a beta male and you're weak, you come off feminine. Let me tell you something. I don't care how much these feminists run their mouth and wag their finger in our faces. At the end of the day, they ain't willing to admit it, but at the end of the day, they want a man with a backbone. They might not like it, but at the end of the day, that's what kind of men they want. I used to have women always say to me, you got all this education, but you still got a lot of street in you. You can't be no blockhead nigga and get respect from women in America. You're going to get disrespected. As much as women talk shit about President Trump, secretly they want to give him some. Why? Because whether he's a con artist or not, they say he's a con artist if they want to. I don't care. I don't care. Build that wall. Build that wall. But he is a man. He presents the image of a man that don't give a fuck. And women love that shit. Don't let these Caucasian women fool you on CNN and MSNBC and CBS and all these other stations. I don't like him. Secretly, they want to give him some, because as long as he's still worth $3.5 billion, those bitches are going to, let me tell you something. If President Trump said, look here, Melania is going to leave me, so I'm auditioning for my new wife. We're going to hold an open casting call in every major city of this country. Let me tell you something. All the women that's sitting around talking about they can't stand Donald Trump, they ass is going to be in line. Oh, I hope I get picked. Be in line, one boob bigger than the other one. They both of them laying in different directions. Big old gut. A tattoo right across their chest. Sweetie pie. I hope he picked me. Somebody give me, but hey, girl, you got a cigarette? Fuck out of here. Don't let these women fool you, even these black women. Black women talk a lot of shit about Trump. And I guarantee most of those women who you hear running their mouth talking about how much they hate Trump, if Trump said, I'm looking for a black woman, all of these diamond and silk, mammy, Negro bedwench black women will be lining up in droves to get with Mr. Mushroom Dick. Don't let these black women fool you. Secretly, black women have an affinity for white males, and they've had it since slavery. Don't let these black women fool you, brothers. I'm telling you right now, 90% of the black women in this country would get with a white dude if they get away with it. So you don't have no, like, I'm on my other Facebook page, right? I posted a pic of this stud, fine ass stud. And this black woman that's a friend, a Facebook friend, she just kept saying greasy shit. I posted this meme. Some of y'all probably seen this shit. I posted a meme of Donald Trump with his parents, and somebody photoshopped clan robes. This shit is funny, man. And I was like, why is this black woman keep posting greasy shit? And then I took a look at her Facebook page. She all booed up with a bald-headed, skinhead-looking Caucasian dude. All of her children are half white. Okay? And she's got a picture of her with a fake cardboard cutout of Trump kissing him. And she got all this Trump 2020 shit all over her page. I said, no wonder this bitch talking shit. And you know how I shut her ass up? Because she was talking about how can we talk, because talking about all these black men talking shit about that stud, talking about how fine she was. And she was like, oh, you guys might as well be like Donald Trump talking about grab her by the pussy. I'm like, you shut up, you Negro bed wench. I said, it's funny you should talk shit and you got a caucasoid as a damn husband. Didn't hear nothing else from her. See, that's how you shut up Negro bed wenches. He said bed wench supreme. Oh, I hear you. None of that color purple shit. None of that how Stella got her groove back. None of that Oprah magazine shit in my house either. I don't play that shit. I don't buy none of Oprah's, that's good bullshit food either. Shit, I miss Generation-X.net. Willie Pete's site. I miss that shit because you could post whatever you wanted on that motherfucker. Has anybody checked out that Black Junction TV.tv? Has anybody checked that out? Because I'll keep forgetting to check it out. I haven't checked it out. By the way, everybody, you can still go by AskTheIceman.com or buy my PayPal link and donate today. But we project our self-hate on other blacks, and we have to stop doing that. And yes, DJ B-Side, is it like YouTube? Because somebody was telling me it's supposed to be like YouTube. See, the problem with a lot of stuff is like I was really surprised Generation-X.net popped off after a while. Because I was just like, normally black folks don't support nothing. You know, they won't support nothing that ain't white owned. Okay? Like, you know, Tariq Nasheed started moreus.com, that app, but he didn't want to keep putting money into it. See, you have to have a lot of bandwidth on servers. You need a cloud, and cloud, believe it or not, cloud services cost bank. I didn't understand that shit until I started working for computer companies. Let me tell you something. Bandwidth is expensive. Let me give you an example. When you hear IBM talk about the cloud, really it ain't nothing but a big ass server farm. And so they have these servers, but on one server, they might have, 100,000 terabytes. You understand what I'm saying? So they might have, so what a company will do is they'll go to a company like Rackspace and they'll say, look, we do a certain amount of business. So we need hundreds of millions of millions of terabytes of bandwidth. Do you know how much that is? That's why that shit is so expensive. And so companies like, Microsoft, and I don't know if Microsoft does cloud. I think they might do cloud now. I know HP does. HP does cloud. IBM does cloud because they're the first ones that really revolutionized that shit. That's money, dog. Dell. That's what I used to work for. Dell. That's why I was in Austin, Texas. I used to work for Dell. Dell's a good company to work for. Probably not now though, but I used to work for Dell, and I can honestly tell you, a company Dell had to get the way Dell start losing a lot of money. They'll start losing a lot of money on them computers, because when the computers went down from about $600 or $700 down to like $100, that just wrecked companies. It just ain't cost effective to make computers anymore. Not in the US, because Dell used to make their shit in Austin, Texas. They don't do that shit no more. Everybody is going through China to have their computers made. I'm on a Toshiba right now. Toshiba now has Asus make their goddamn computers. Man, I was so pissed off when I got this thing. I bought this piece of shit off of Amazon. Man, Asus is a piece of shit. I got an Asus laptop in here. I don't even use that thing. It's such a piece of shit. You can get a laptop for $170. That's how you get all, that's how Emmys and all these single moms are on YouTube. How you think they got there? Buying them cheap ass computers. And some of these people, they can afford to pay that $25, $30 a month for that internet. That's all they got. I remember I used to talk to this white girl when I was in Minneapolis. And she lived out in Burnsville. And I drove all the way out there. She was like, come watch this show with me. So I drove out there, and she had one of them internet TVs. And I said, she was like, watch this. And she just kept flipping through, you know, Netflix, Hulu, and all that shit. And I was like, you ain't got regular TV? You ain't got cable TV? She was like, this shit too expensive. I said, man, you broke ass bitch. I said, how the fuck we gonna watch TV? She was like, what? Wait, hold up. This TV hooked up to the internet. So she flipped over to Hulu. Excuse me. We start watching TV. I said, what the fuck? She said, you can watch football games on here. She said, shit, you ain't got to get cable TV no more. I was like, man, get out. Back then, I was like, bitch, I'm getting cable. Okay. What up, JL? Ain't seen you in a minute. 504. You must be in the NOLA. Oh, yeah. I'm going to check it out, man. I'm going to check it out. Game streaming, URR. I ain't seen you in a minute, man. Where you been, player? Yeah, cable ain't shit, man. Hey, I'm gonna tell you right now, when I move out of this crib right here, I ain't getting cable no more. I'm gonna have to break down and spend some money on a new TV because I got my TV be fucking up, man. I got an old 50-inch Samsung, man. This motherfucker be cutting off. It don't cut off, but it'll switch from cable to TV mode without me even touching the remote. That's why sometimes you hear me cussing. That's because I got to switch back to cable on there. I done had this TV 10 years, though. You know, these TVs don't last long, man. Shit, I got a analog TV in the bedroom that lasts longer than that shit. Yeah, Samsung got the best TVs, though. Samsung's got the best resolution. Somebody, I was at Costco not too long ago, and this white dude was like, man, you should get that curved one, man. That curved one. Ooh, me and my wife got that curved one. She was like, yeah, it's beautiful. She said at first, I was like, we don't even get this damn TV. He said, we got the TV. He said, now we on my damn TV. He said, baby, go in the bedroom so I can watch the game. I said, oh, shit. Okay. Sling TV. Sling TV is, you know who owns Sling TV? Shit, it ain't Comcast. It's somebody else. I think it ain't DirecTV. It ain't AT&T. But somebody you wouldn't guess owns Sling TV. But see, the reason why a lot of cats get cable is because they want to watch sports. Because Hulu just started having live games. I'm not getting DirecTV, dude. It rained too much up here. Because I'll be hearing people cussing in their apartment that got got satellite TV. Even my dad, even when me and my father used to talk, he used to be like, man, he got DirecTV. No, he got DishNet. He was like, my TV be going out when it rains. I said, dude, I ain't dealing with that shit. It rained too much. You're right, exactly. JL504. Shit, you know, on an iPhone and Samsung or some of these other Google phones, you can watch TV on your goddamn phone. When you go to the airport, it'd be white people sitting there, had a little phone on their little stand, It'd be 5 or 6 people huddled up like this, looking at a little ass phone. I'd be like, what the fuck? Yeah, that's right. Dish Network owns Sling TV. They getting smart. Like I said, a lot of these companies get smart. They say, "Oh, okay, we gonna stay in our lane, but then we gonna take millions of dollars and go into this internet TV market." Okay. Oh, they got some hell of a deals on TVs right now. I just re-upped my membership at Costco, and I was at Costco yesterday buying some shit. And man, I saw them big ass 70-inch TVs sitting in there. I said, God damn. I said, man, man, some of them TVs so big, they won't even fit in them people's cars. He said he hurt my shoulder. Yeah, Blockbuster, man, they didn't innovate. Blockbuster tried to do there's some Blockbuster is actually still in business. They just don't do the video store no more. Down in San Antonio and Stank Antonio, they got they got Redbox type machines. Blockbuster does, but see, Redbox cornered the market with that shit. Redbox tore their ass up, didn't they? I'll be getting eat, man. I ain't see Netflix is a one-stop shop for me. See, I have my DVD player's got Wi-Fi on it. So I don't really need internet TV right now. So I turn on my DVD player and I can go on there and go on YouTube. I can go on YouTube on there. I can go go to Netflix on there. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be okay for a minute, but after a while, I'm just gonna go internet. I'm just going straight internet like a lot of y'all have done. I'm just gonna go straight internet because cable TV is too ridiculous, man. And then the shit be going out. Be like, man, you know, these companies be ripping people off, and some people will still continue to do business with them. See, I'm the kind of person, after a while, I'm gonna get tired of you, and then I'm just gonna pay that bill off, and then I'll be like, deuces, dog. I'm out. I can't fuck with y'all no more. You taking my money. You taking too much of my money, dog. For an excursion for that 70 years. Yeah, man. I've seen people at Sam's Club and Costco out there with them little ass SUVs, or they might even have a big SUV, and them TV still don't fit in there. I'm like, God damn. You don't put no TV like that on top of no car. In a dusty Pinto, exactly. Fuck out of here, man. But you ain't getting your money's worth. See, these corporations, man, they have no respect for the consumer. The reason why I know is because I work for some of these big companies, and I've been in strategy meetings, and I've been sitting there, and they talk so much shit about the average consumer. They are so disrespectful. They talk about us like we're idiots. They have no respect. And that's why I tell brothers, we need to start starving these motherfuckers out and stop spending money with these companies that don't provide jobs. Well, first of all, we need to stop. Does Vizio still make TVs? Because I haven't seen a Vizio TV in a minute. Maybe it's because I ain't been at Stank Antonio in a minute. Because up here, you ain't gonna see no Vizio. They don't fuck with Vizio up here. Because Vizio TV, that's the cheapest shit you can get. I've seen them motherfuckers sell 80-inch Vizios for like $400. How the fuck you gonna have an 80-inch TV for $400? Cheap ass shit. And they cheap as fuck. He said that shit caught on fire. Like, hey man, Vizio TV, they fall over there. If it hit the floor, that's it. That motherfucker shot. But black people, let me say this in closing. Y'all. We have the opportunity. Only 3% of our income comes back to us. In 2019, we need to up that shit to 10% at least. That's doable. Be part of that change. Be part of change. Okay? Instead of buying Sprite, boil your water. Drink water. Okay? Fuck that shit. Do you know Nestle? Somebody's doing a documentary on Nestle. Do you know them sorry motherfuckers lie about that water being spring water? Here's what Nestle does. Nestle goes to these cities or goes to these rural areas, and they go and take water that would normally go to consumers like us. They steal the water and they pay way less for it than even the city and the county pay, and the state pays for it. And then they sell it back to us in a fucking bottle. Can you believe that shit? That's why most of these municipalities will not spend any money to clean their water, because they like, fuck these motherfuckers. Fuck y'all. It ain't just Flint and Detroit poisoning their fucking residents. The water up here ain't shit either. It's better than San Antonio. San Antonio's water smell like toilet water. But water up here ain't shit either. It ain't much better. He said deer and owls be peeing in that water. Nestle's water is disgusting. It tastes like that Arrowhead shit. Sam's Club water, believe it or not, Sam's Club water tastes real good. Sam's Club bottled water, I get that shit from Walmart. That shit is good. I drink distilled water for health reasons. Took me a minute to get used to it. But I drink distilled water. I don't drink nothing else. I drink bottled water, but I get distilled water because it's cheap. They ripping us off, man. You know, I get people that's why when people say, man, I ain't got $5 to donate, I be like, nigga. But you gonna sit up here and give all your money to Comcast? Or MediaCom? Or Cox Cable? Or DirecTV? Or porn? You get porn for free. That's why I said when I got on a when I was on a fixed income years ago, I couldn't pay for all that shit. I couldn't pay for it, man. I had to go without. Like I said, I used to wash my clothes in the sink. I couldn't afford to wash clothes. I didn't have no $2 to wash and $1.50 to dry. The money wasn't there. I didn't have the money. Underrated but never faded. I still gotta watch that shit. I got Mike Epps DVDs in here. I ain't even looked at the shit yet. Day Day. Hell yeah, man. You know, I remember one time a cable guy was trying to sell me cable. No, DirecTV. Was trying to, that motherfucker called me out. They cold called my ass. I said, man, I said, look, dog, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I cuss out people that cold call me. I said, hey, man, let me tell you something. The guy was like, look, no. I said, man, let me tell you what we offer. And I said, all right, man, give me your sales pitch. I wasn't gonna get the shit anyway because I already had cable. He was like, oh man, see, we got over 200, 300 channels. I said, sir, no disrespect, but I can only watch one at a time. What difference does it make for me to be able to have access to 200 channels? Look, I got over 1,000 some channels on this fucking box right here. About 100 of them channels are Asian channels where they speak in Thai and Korean and to-go. So what difference does it make for me to have 1,000 channels when I only watch about 20? So I'm paying for some shit I don't even use. The Spanish language channels, I don't look at that shit no more. I used to look at that shit back in the day. I don't now. My Spanish is, you know, I still can speak Spanish to a certain degree, but my skills have waned over the years because, hey, I ain't trying to do business with Sancho and them. I don't date Hispanic women, so I don't need to know how to speak Spanish. At one point, I was brushing up on my Spanish so I could do business in Latin America because I was always over there in Latin American countries. But I have no interest in doing that anymore. I want to hang out with my people. There's so much of Black America that I haven't been able to experience. So I could give a fuck about speaking somebody else's goddamn language. I could care less. Everybody, do me a huge favor. Hit the like button. Everybody in the house, hit the like button. Everybody on the Facebook side, do me a favor and hit the like button. If you haven't donated tonight, please donate $5 to my nonprofit. The link is right here in the chat room. Support the cause. I'm trying to do a big fundraising push before Saturday, before Christmas. Okay. So let's have a big push this week. If you're not able to donate tonight, if you don't get paid till Thursday or Friday, kick me down, kick that $5 in when you get a chance. Now remember, the Players Circle podcast is popping off Saturday. Now listen to me. The topic for the Players Circle podcast this Saturday will be American horror culture. American horror culture. That's the topic for the Players Circle podcast Saturday. Okay? Show's going to start at 2 p.m. Pacific time. Don't meet me there. Beat me there. It's 2 p.m. Pacific time. Now remember, if you live in another time zone, to check your local listings with your bitch asses. Okay? So that's the topic for Saturday. Make sure we got everything in. All right, y'all. Check this out. Peep this head. Dropping shit all on the floor. We're going to have fun Saturday. Make sure y'all be in the house. Now, remember, we're going to have this bullshit. Every Saturday, ladies and gentlemen, is $10 donation Saturday. Okay? Guys, come prepared. Stop sitting up here expecting Mr. McMillan and Ty Cromwell and some of the and Brown Sausage and some of the players. Don't stop waiting for these guys to lead you. If you consider yourself to be a self-respecting black man, represent and stop waiting for somebody to ask you to do something. Some of these brothers, I never have to ask them. How come you gotta be, you have to have a mentality of a child. You have to have a mentality of a child. You have to have the mentality of a child. This is why we have black neighborhoods and not black communities. Communities are controlled by the people who live in them. We don't control our communities, economics. That means it's just a neighborhood. It's just a place to live. That's why it's shit. And it's going to continue to be shit until black men wake up. Okay? We have to do that. We have to make sure we lead. I used to physically help out at the food bank. I used to physically go to these shelters and hand out clothes and stuff like that. I don't do that anymore. So what I do is I just write those people a check. Or what a lot of times what we do is we go, like a bunch of us will go together. That's what we used to do in San Antonio. We would go together, and then we'd go and get we'd go get open up a PO, and then we'd spend $2,000 or $3,000 on clothes at one time. You know, you can't go in the store, wipe out their whole store. They only gonna let you buy a certain amount of stuff. So what usually happens is we let them know ahead. If you talk to the managers ahead of time, they can sometimes, what they'll do is have you go through corporate. They'll have you go through the corporate office, and then they'll say, well, how many socks do you need of this size? And they'll be like, okay, we need 100 pairs. We need 100 pair of this size underwear. You understand what I'm saying? So check us out this Saturday, the Player Circle podcast. Be down with the get down. The topic is American horror culture. Have your face in the place. Don't just meet me there, beat me there. You tuned into the Iceman Show. I'm your host, the Iceman. Holla at your boy.